All right, everybody, show respect. We got a judge in here. All right, we're very, very excited. And after the smash hit show that's been released, DailyWire, check it out, Judge.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an exotic dancer.
Like a salsa
Like the pole in the middle of the room.
stripper.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Walsh.
Obviously, Matt Walsh is going to join us, the Matt Walsh Show. We're very excited. We've had coaches, players, politicians, pretty much everything, but we have never had a judge. So, Matt, welcome and congratulations on the new show.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Excuse me.
I didn't recognize
Excuse me.
because I didn't know. Is there a Matt in here somewhere? Because
I know.
Your honor.
Here, your honor. Listen. First off,
Bailiff, get him out
all right,
of here.
I'm sorry, I ruined it early.
Goodness
The
gracious.
honorable.
I realize I'm not wearing the robe. I understand.
That's
But a
threw us
judge-
off.
That's my
a
mistake.
Judge is always a judge.
Look, I'm a vet in the game. Sometimes you got to take a strike. Sometimes you just got to see the fastball. But the honorable Matt Walsh. Matt, first off, we have a couple cases, a couple things that we need your judgment on. But how have you enjoyed, being one of the most influential now minds behind the bench?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, and I think there's been wide agreement on this from people. A lot of legal scholars and analysts have watched the show, and I've heard. I'm not going to name drop because I don't believe in that, but I've heard from several well-known judges, including one on the Supreme Court, who say that I'm clearly the preeminent legal mind in the country now, and that's something that's a responsibility that I take very seriously.
Now, will you go? Will you be on the Supreme Court one day?
Is that somewhere you're looking to go?
Somewhere you're?
I'd be willing to accept. Well, I'll say this: I'd be willing to consider a nomination. I would be willing to do that. I obviously have a lot going on. I've got a podcast, so if they did come to me and they nominate me, I say, well, I have a podcast. I still need to do the podcast, but
Yeah.
Can we make it work with my schedule? We could talk about it.
There's only so many sacrifices you can make.
That's my point. That's
Yeah,
what I've
exactly.
said. That's my whole point. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this because we have a couple things that we need you to help clear up, and obviously with the rapport you've built, being the judge that you are, and I think Blaine, you're going to present the
Yes, our honorable, distinguished judge, Mr. Walsh here. We're going to start with. I'm a Yankees fan myself. I don't know if you know this, but there's We're a sorry case. for you. Andrew Rector. All right.
I'm sorry, what?
His name's Andrew Rector.
Oh, okay, Rector.
You can take that where you want to.
Okay.
$10 million defamation case. Went to a Yankees game, okay? Fell asleep at the Yankees game, and the announcers said he was oblivious, and this is not the place you come to sleep. After hearing that, Andrew, in his complaint, said Rector, the announcers, the Yankees organization, unendingly verbally abused and had a crusade out against him. I want to know what your ruling would be on this case.
So just to make sure I have the facts of the case clear. So this is just a normal guy.
Normal dude.
And he fell asleep at the game.
At the game.
And then the announcers made fun of him, and now he's suing. Did he win the case, or is that still ongoing?
That's for you to decide.
Yes, we're
Okay, and he's suing for $10 million for defamation?
10 mil. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is a tough case because on the one hand, if you go to a public event and you fall asleep, I think you deserve to get made fun of for that.
Yes, I agree.
On the other hand, baseball is so boring that I can't blame you for falling asleep.
Ooh, objection.
Ooh.
So so that's what makes this difficult. But I think ultimately I'd have to side with the. If I'm the announcer and I see that, of course you have to.
Of course.
And then let me go from the announcer's perspective again, because baseball is so boring. What else are you going to talk about?
They made the bases bigger, Matt.
You know
What else
it's
do you want?
boring. They're trying everything they do to shorten the game.
Well, and maybe you get a plea deal. Aaron Judge signs a bat or something. You save $10 million, and everybody wins, right?
I mean, you're not coming back from that if you're that guy. Andrew, that's national television.
Yeah.
You got reamed for 10 minutes. I mean, I get it. I
Emotional
would side.
distress?
I would side with the judge here.
Maybe next time you just don't go to sleep. How about that?
Yeah. Or just don't go to a Yankees game. Be a Braves fan. Or a Rangers fan.
Be
like
a Braves
David.
fan. All right. Congrats on the show. I will say you're a year too late because we had an incredible fantasy football dispute here. And we had Ben Shapiro adjudicate our situation. I was not happy with the outcome, so I wish you had been a judge.
Still an appeals
earlier.
court, I think.
So maybe I can appeal to you at some point because Blaine still has my Tumblr. That's neither here nor there, but you're an NFL fan, so we have to talk about Jerry Jones, all right? Yeah. Jerry Jones was sued over a female's buttocks. Would you like me to explain the details of the case? August 2012, Janelle Corello filed suit against the Dallas Cowboys and team owner Jerry Jones for severe burns she suffered on her buttocks while sitting on a bench outside of a scrimmage. And that was in August 2010. So the burns were so severe that she waited 24 months to take legal action. The bench was uncovered and openly exposed to the extremely hot August sun, the lawsuit says. And Corello's attorney claims she suffered mental anguish, physical pain, and disfigurement as a result of her wounds, though Corello didn't even realize she was injured in the first place. How would you rule in this case?
So, again, just reviewing the facts of the case. So there was a bench that was just sitting there, and it's sunny out.
Dallas Cowboys.
So the bench was hot.
And it was black bench.
Black bench. And she sat with her butt on the bench.
Yep.
And her butt was cooking in the heat, and she didn't even realize. How long was the butt making contact with the bench? Do we know?
That's a wonderful question.
I need these answers,
Yes.
Dave. Okay, we have to have these answers from
minutes,
the judge.
Minutes and minutes.
Multiple minutes.
She didn't realize at first. Like, how did she know?
She didn't even file a lawsuit for 24 months, but severe.
So it took 2
burn.
years for her to file a lawsuit.
Yes.
And that's when she realized, all that time she was suffering the emotional damage of having her butt
And physical
burned.
anguish. Physical anguish here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to side with Jerry Jones on
Jerry, big win for Jerry.
which I don't side with him on
Let's
very
see if
much.
they can get a couple more this fall.
Yeah.
Ravens and Cowboys coming together.
Ravens,
Oh, wow. Look
the
at that.
Rave
Boys.
Cowboys, wow.
That's what they called us in college. Honorable Judge Walsh, please.
two.
I know, one more, and
Strike
I'm in
two.
contempt.
All
I
right.
believe those are the rules. I got a pretty interesting one for you.
Okay.
In 2019, so I'm going to go ahead, because this is somewhat still ongoing, a Georgia Southern quarterback was arrested in the state of South Carolina, pulled over and arrested, all right, because a cop thought that bird poop was cocaine.
Turn pink. Yeah. You're kidding me. Turn pink, man. Some cocaine, ain't it?
You can see it on the windshield.
That's not bird poop.
I swear to God, that's bird doo-doo.
That's not bird poop.
He thought he had cocaine on the ass. 100% true.
Can I ask a question? Just
Yes, it's your court.
because I say no to drugs.
Good. And yes, it's
Right,
success.
yeah, exactly. So I don't have experience with it. Is cocaine a sticky substance that is that what you do with cocaine? I've looked.
I don't know.
I've had
Matt.
friends
Blaine?
tell me it depends how hot it is in the room.
Oh.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I'm so anti.
I don't think, not compared to bird
What is?
poop.
I don't even know what cocaine is. That's how
Yeah.
anti-drug I am.
Yeah, I'm with you. Me neither. I just saw this case and thought it'd be interesting. I know what bird poop is, and again, like my brother said, we've had friends that have had problems, and at least the way they've described it, there have not been many similarities. Now,
Okay.
my kind of the adjudication of this is the police officer resigned, especially after it was found out that he was sending lewd pictures to females in his uniform while on duty. But it's
a separate case.
That's a separate case. There's a lot to unpack here. Should you be allowed to be a police officer if you cannot tell the difference between bird poop and cocaine?
What do we know? What his explanation was for this?
So I will say,
he did run a test.
I will
Ran a
say,
test kit.
I will say, and I feel like this was still a waste of time, but he got the little shaker they have. He put the bird poop in there, and it did turn pink. And it did turn
wait,
pink.
which
apparently means cocaine.
How do you leave that out?
Well, because it's
Because he
either
wants
one
him
of
to
two
go to
things.
jail.
Either it was a bad listen, I was a football coach. We need the quarterback. Either it was a bad test, or he happened to have some drugged out, coked out bird take a dump on his car.
So you're accusing the bird now. Now the
It
bird-
happened with that bear.
It happened with the bear.
bear.
Made a whole movie about it, man.
Yeah. So
This innocent bird you're now defaming as a
Well,
coke
is it
addict.
really innocent? Is it pooping on people's cars?
yes, while on
That's what
cocaine,
birds said.
apparently.
Look, I feel like there's so many facts of this case that I'm not being told.
That's all.
That's all we know.
Your Honor, that's all we know. But it's scary to think we live in a world where we can't tell the difference between bird poop and cocaine.
Okay, I'm the judge here, aren't I?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what my
100%.
ruling is.
Please.
Anything in or around your car test positive for drugs, life, you're going to jail.
We need the quarterback in Statesboro, man.
I'm telling you. Look, it is what it is. I will say I do believe he was the backup quarterback, so maybe Georgia.
Look, we need depth at the position, okay? I have one that's just...
Which quarterback is this, by the way?
So he was at Georgia Southern. It was Wirtz, 2019. Georgia Southern is actually located in his hometown in Statesboro.
Georgia Southern. Paid the bills growing up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Can't
Now, it's
go
not
around
the big,
resting.
it's not Georgia, it's not Georgia Tech, it's a group of 5, so it's Sun Belt or Fun
Of course
Belt.
it happened in South Carolina, though.
Yeah,
They're
it did
always
happen.
trying
in
to get
South-
us.
They
They're
are.
always trying to get
That's
us.
for real. That's for
But I have one here that's just really been burning at me, and I need your wise expertise on this. I have a friend of mine who purchased tickets to a hockey game. Okay, only he found out upon arrival that it was Gay Pride Night at the hockey game, and he didn't know what to do. Should I leave? Could I sue and get my money back for the tickets? Do I go ahead and go to the game? I've invested this money. He went to the game, and now he's questioning his sexuality. Is there a lawsuit there?
Is this about me?
Do what?
What?
What's the...
What?
What?
He's questioning his sexuality,
A little bit.
and he wants... So he wants to... is there a lawsuit against the NHL?
He bought
For
the
causing
tickets,
them
and
to-
it didn't say anything about Gay Pride Night. He went. They announced Gay Pride Night. He decided I'll still go to the game. I've
When
invested my
did they
money.
announce Gay Pride Night?
Like the day of.
Oh, but it was before he showed up.
Before he showed up, but not before he purchased the tickets.
Okay, but it wasn't like he's sitting down, he's already sitting there, and then they're like, hey, by the way, it's Gay Pride Night. This
Not
is
the
before
way-
he showed up.
How did you understand it, Jake?
Jake, how did it go?
First off,
Go.
Your Honorable Judge, I would like to ask the court to please strike from the record the questioning of the sexuality part. I've already been accused of being in a gay men's choir at a Carolina game, which never happened. I'd never go to a Carolina game. Basically what happened was, like he said, bought the tickets, right? My wife had never been to a hockey game, okay? Decided to go to the hockey game. Nowhere at any point when we were buying the seats or purchasing the tickets did it say anything about some, gay pride night or, I dress up like a penguin and hang out in the kitchen night or whatever it is. But we showed up, and when we walk in, there are signs. It is just, I don't know another way to put it. It's gay-a-palooza, man. Like I don't know another way to put it. The band at the hockey game is dressed up as women. These are men that are dressed up as women, and they're playing Shania Twain, I Feel Like a Woman. So
Really?
all this, very close to home. Very close to home, too.
Okay. So now the claim is that you didn't know the Gay Pride Night until you got there?
No clue. Nobody.
But then
said-
you walk in, it's a gay explosion.
Oh, it is just
Super explosion.
It's a festival. It's the
all
Coachella of gays.
Explosions everywhere on Jake.
Everywhere.
Well, look, you walked into the gay explosion. You walked through it. There's a threshold. So that here's what happened. You encountered the threshold of gayness,
Yeah.
and there was a moment there. It was a moment of choosing, and you could walk through the gayness, or you could turn back. You walked through it. So,
but is there anything to be said for attacking the gayness?
but you didn't attack it. You just went and sat down and watched.
You joined the gayness.
Well, I guess I can. I don't love that ruling. I'm probably going to have to appeal that. But moving on. I didn't know that was
In defense of my client, he's not the only one. We get listeners of our show call in a lot. We've had multiple call in and say, I purchased tickets to this sporting event. I went. There was no announcement of Gay Pride Night until I went to said sporting event. Can I get my money back? I said, look, I'm not a judge. Then all of a sudden, now there's a show judge. You're Your Honor. You're here.
Well,
I thought about it.
we know this is the world we live in. You got to call ahead. Call ahead and say, hey, listen, is this the gay night?
You're going to put that on the fan. I thought for sure the honorable
Well,
judge
look,
would say,
of course, the NHL should be disbanded for this alone. So that's clear. But the reality is it's happening. So we know that. So you got to call ahead.
I understand that. I understand. You tell me.
I would call ahead and say, what's the least gay night that I can go watch this event? Tell me, and I'll schedule
It's a Monday.
It's a Thursday in August.
golly, we're putting that on the consumer now.
I've something that just recently happened that I wanted to, obviously get your lawful opinion on. O.J. Simpson passed away.
Did he?
Yes.
Right before you
How
walked
recent?
in
Is this
here.
like 2
this
seconds
happened
ago recently?
literally like an hour ago.
Right when Jake finished that sentence, he died.
Yeah, no, this just happened.
This is not a bit. He actually did that?
No, he actually did die.
prostate.
100% prostate. He did die.
All right.
Your should O.J. Simpson, even though, because you're a judge, you go by the book of Judge Walsh, right? But it's within the law realm. O.J. was found not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Should he still be looked at, even after his passing, as the person who we all know did? We all know he did it. Like, I mean, how in your realm do you separate
Did you
those?
see that glove? That didn't fit.
Yeah, I don't separate them. He's a murdering scumbag. That's what he was. I mean, we all know he should have died in prison. He should be in prison right now.
Agreed.
And I also believe, listen, people can do horrible things and be reformed and repent. And if they do, then we should accept that. But there was no reformation or repentance here.
No.
Because he would never admit that he did it. So that's it, unfortunately.
But when
that
he wrote the
overshadows
book, little if I did
everything.
it.
Yeah. So not only did he do it, but he taunted. But
Yeah.
he made a joke out of it, basically. Which
Awful.
is he's a psychopath.
Finally got tackled.
Finally got tackled. Just wonder, do they serve Jesus in hell? Well, now they do. We appreciate you, the Honorable Judge Walsh.
Yes.
Again, thank you for taking time. I know the docket is very stacked with you with the cases, and we look forward to maybe adjudicating something around the NFL draft too that I think may be kind of near and dear to your heart. Obviously, I know how big of an NFL fan you are. But in all seriousness, man, the show is fantastic. If you haven't watched Judged on the Daily Wire, you need to go check it out. Matt's incredible like he is in everything that he does, and it's really a lot of fun. But any parting thoughts for the judge before
Thank you, Your
he
Honor,
hits the
for your
gavel?
time.
I appreciate it, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Thank you for taking our case.
Next time I'll have my gavel with me.
Yeah, we were hoping maybe you'd come in full
Yeah, I thought they were gonna
England.
robe gavel. They're gonna carry you in.
Yeah, just
You know,
Powdered wig.
powdered wig.
powdered wig, the whole nine.
He actually has one of those, believe it or not. But we appreciate you joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you check out Judged. It is absolute gold, and you're guaranteed to have a good time. What's up, YouTube? Hey, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We really, really appreciate it. And make sure you're keeping up for all the content that we drop.